Guys, it's Saturday. Doing the thing, doing the live stream, of course. Just here to answer some questions, talk about what I'm doing, talk about the new year, and whatever you guys are doing. So if you're watching this later, feel free to comment in the comment section and I'll get back to you, or try my best. I usually get back to you guys. Sometimes it's a little hectic, or it takes me a little while to craft a response. But I'll do my best to go ahead and do that for you if it's your first time here. So it's December 30th, right before the new year. So everyone's like, new year, new me and all that stuff. But I really think if you're going to do a goal, you should just start it, right? You should just start doing it. But I guess you can start it whenever. So now is better than never. Trying to keep these cameras track here. So this week has been really good. I've been doing a ton of full stack development and taking it into work. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty happy to just actually take stuff that I'm learning and putting it directly into work. Right now I'm working with Stephen Greider's full stack course, about 64% of the way done, I think. I'll show it up on screen here real quick. Let's go ahead and switch cameras around. Give me just a second here. If I can figure it out. Alright, there we go. Okay, so it's 66% of the way done. It is a really in-depth course, and a lot of it isn't even just coding, but just explaining the decisions that you have behind there, and the gotchas. So if you're in the nano degree course, and you know a little bit of backend, this is a course to get. I wish I would have had it. It would have solved so many things, such as running 2 different servers, deploying to Heroku, just sending data back from the backend to the front end with React and Redux. Great course. Kind of bummed I didn't have it before, but that's too bad. So sad. But it's not a big deal. Give me just a second here. Alright, okay, let me go ahead and see if I can get this live. I'm going to try to share this live stream, see if we can't get some new people in here from the programming club on Facebook. Sometimes I do that, and we always get newer questions, and it's great to just talk about that stuff, or not, excuse me, to have new things to talk about. Live streams are always hard. Let's talk. Let me know what you guys are up to this week, even if it's not related to code. Alright, we'll see if they allow this. Hang out with me live on YouTube. Got my latte here. Not my latte, my mocha right here. I use all the time. It looks like I got a new question here. Give me just a moment. I can't see it in this tiny view. I'll pull it up, but I see you. Go ahead and go to Creator Studio. I just need to pop out that chat box. Excuse me. So just a second here. Appreciate your patience. Man, you can tell that I worked in a call center a long time ago. I appreciate your patience. Mohammed says, I have a question. Which technology should I pick after I learn JavaScript? Native JavaScript? Learn JavaScript native script, React native, or Flutter IO? Well, Mohammed, what are your goals? That's what I need to know. Is what are you trying to do? And how much JavaScript do you actually know? Good morning, Mateo Garcia. I'll tell you guys, that's great. That's my son, and I just love it. I love it when he watches my live streams. Good morning, son. Good morning, son. Let's try to keep it professional, right? Yeah. So we're just here to talk some web development. Let me know in the comments, Mohammed, what you're thinking. Burke, yeah, it is pretty awesome. Even when I'm not with him, he's always tuning into my live streams. I really appreciate it. We spend a lot of time together, so it's I'm very lucky to have my son watch my live streams as well. So I love it. Where are you working on, Burke? How's it over there? It's about, what, 11 o'clock or something down there in Romania, I think? Mohammed says, I want to develop a mobile application and I am new in JavaScript and I am recently start learning JavaScript. Okay, so Mohammed, if you want, are you trying to build applications? And if you've learned JavaScript, React is a great way to go because it forces you to actually, it forces you to 106p. Oh, that ain't too bad. Ugh, dude, I can't keep everyone separated. Sorry, Burke. I know you're in Canada and you're studying there abroad. My apologies, but I do remember who you are. What's up, Chris? Hey, Elise. Self-taught programmers group. Hey, Elise. Thanks for coming by. We were just talking about you guys. Okay, sorry. Let me get back to Mohammed's question first. So Mohammed is asking, he's asking, you want to develop a mobile application. React Native is a great way to go because you can get it on Android, iPhone, and you can get better at JavaScript. So if you learn that, you're going to be forced to learn a lot of JavaScript. Mohammed, I would recommend learning ES6 or ES15 or whatever we want to call it. Let me show you the best place to get started with that, in my opinion. Granted, I haven't done everything, but I'll show you my favorite resource to get my basics down. Let's see, are we sharing the screen? Yes, we are. Okay, let's open this up. Tyler McGinnis, and you guys that have seen this, just bear with me. We're trying to help everyone out here. Tyler McGinnis has the best stuff as far as like basic React and then ES6 for React. So I would do that if I were you. Here's his courses over here. And it's just tylermcginnis.com. React Fundamentals and Modern JavaScript. I know those are different. Excuse me. I know those are up to date. So I would totally look into those if I were you. Try them out. They're great. So I would try this one and this one from Tyler's mouth himself to me. Those are up to date. They were friggin' awesome. They helped me out a ton. All right, going back. So Elise says, right now I'm trying to get my site set up using Tom EE. Ignore the Elise F. It's Adrian. Sorry, Elise. Adrian. Man, when you don't have a login, you gotta log in someone else. Hey, Neil. Thanks for coming by. So you're trying to get your setup using Tom EE. I've never heard of Tom EE, so maybe I should look that up for a minute. Oh, by the way, Chris, thanks. Happy New Year. I did have a Merry Christmas. I'm excited for the New Year, get a lot of things started. But really, that's what I do all year round. You should always, in my opinion, and I just think that it just makes sense, you should always look at setting goals whenever they come around. So if you feel like you should do this, don't wait. Like, oh, well, I'm going to start it this time, like weight loss or whatever, or coding. Let's talk about coding, because I'm better at that than losing weight. Just start doing it. Set up a plan, try to get it started as soon as possible. Not just the new year, but I'm sure you guys know a lot about that. Tom EE, let me go ahead and look into that. Oh, it's Apache stuff. Java Enterprise. Unfortunately, Adrian, I wouldn't be able to do that for you, but I'm a HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React guy, but keep at it. Look on Udemy. Pluralsight will probably have a lot of stuff for those courses. Yeah, I know, Adrian. It's tough, but I'm happy that you're here with me, even if it's underneath your sister's account. Appreciate you tuning in. It's Java Web Project essentially. That's pretty cool stuff. So you're learning JavaScript, front end. Java would be for the back end. Yeah, that's fine. You can even use JavaScript for back end, which is what I do, but you don't have to. I mean, there are just so many options for the back end. Anyone have any questions? Thanks, Adrian. Oh yeah, I see Adrian. Okay, I see you here. I see you. Hey, Adrian. Thanks for always approving my posts on the Facebook group. Appreciate you doing that, by the way. Adrian says, "What do you think about learning JavaScript by Ethan Brown, O'Reilly Press?" I haven't seen it. I haven't heard of it, and for me, that's kind of like, oh well, I don't know. If I was going to take any books, because books go out of like style, like not style, but books get outdated so fast, right? Some of the best books out there, especially if you have like a basic foundation, and even if you don't, it's a good place to get started, is You Don't Know JS by Kyle Simpson. And that helped me out a lot, even though it was like way over my head when I started. It still helped fill in the gaps, and when it came back to it, it's like, oh yeah, okay, that's what that book was talking about. Now the cool thing about You Don't Know JS, let me go ahead and share the screen here. See if I can get that done. The cool thing about You Don't Know JS is that it's all free on GitHub. So you can read all the series on GitHub if you want. That's how I did it. But you can buy a bunch of copies too. It's freaking sweet. So here it is at github.com, Gitify, You Don't Know JS, and here's the series. So if you don't know anything, up and going, scopes, closures, all the cool things, ES6 and beyond, really good books. Kyle Simpson's a really knowledgeable guy. Let's see here. Corey says, I would recommend Andrew Mead on Udemy. He is very thorough. Yeah, I mean, it depends though. Like, Corey, like, where you're starting from, right? So if you're only starting from, like, the HTML, CSS, like, part, then I would start with those books or start getting a good foundation. And it sounds horrible, but even, like, if you have the time, even algorithms could help a lot. That helped me. It filled in a huge gap that I had, and I hate it. But algorithms, data structures helped out a lot with the programmatic stuff, like taking data and state. Oh, and I use state with jQuery for like my one-page shopping application. I can't get into it too much, but I can see the huge benefits of React after doing that with Node. Something to think about. Chris says, try Stephen Greider's Udemy, $10. Good exercise. I use Stephen Greider's courses more than anything else right now. Full stack React, advanced React, algorithms and data structures, and then the React native with Redux. So yeah, he has a ton of stuff all related to that. Is he the best teacher? I don't know. I don't think so, but he knows all the stuff, and he's a good teacher. He's not the best, but he's a good teacher. So once you get used to his teaching style, you'll be able to learn. For pure vanilla JavaScript without ES, sorry, Chris Toad says, for pure vanilla JavaScript without ES, Jonas Schmitterman, of course, has a project that focuses on MVC. Yeah, it is good architecture. I made my own MVC, but I didn't really know what I was doing. It is nice to have separation of concerns. I do prefer the React way though, but I'm not like a total noob. I do it for work, and I'm starting to do both front end and back end and design and UX and stuff, but I'm not an expert by any means. But I like MVC, but I prefer using React for the view and having the JSX in there, which is like HTML inside of JavaScript if you don't know. Corey says, yeah, dude, I love state. It's nice. Yeah, it is really nice. Oh, hey, Corey, shout out to you. I believe that was you that helped upvoted my answers on Quora, so I appreciate that. Corey McAvoy, not Corey Behringer. Oh, see, I got you guys confused because you both had C names. Casey. Yeah, Casey State is nice. I haven't really checked in to see how many people are watching. 9 people watching, yeah, and I apologize about the stream health. Sometimes it happens, say that every time, but I am aware of it. So yeah. Corey, what are you working on? Let's see. Let me see here. Yeah, writing clean code is hard, but it's worth doing, or it's worth refactoring too. So if you have a lot of redundant code, say you have a function that you just do over and over and over, it is worth doing it, and I've done it personally in my projects. Commenting your code is great. I've dealt with code sometimes that the call log, even just the git, log is just not clear, and so once you're in it for real, you thanks Corey about the answers. Once you're in it for real, you understand why people say that, and yes, it's a pain, but it's when you're dealing with the ramifications of not writing clean code or not documenting your code or not using a version control, then you understand it. So let me give you an example that's not related just to code. I did not plan on learning UX, but I did because on my last full stack application, it was way overdue, and we got a lot of scope creep. And if I would have wireframed and used the UX process and talked with people, we could have saved a lot of time. And I used that on one of the other projects. It's totally worth it. It's totally worth like the dozens, or I probably spent like 150 hours learning UX because it's going to save me time in the long run, and it's going to have a better product. So, you know, things like that, not just code, but spending the time doing the hard things. All right, I see your questions coming in. Casey says React does help a lot. Adrian, not Elise, says Clean Code by Martin Fowler can help anyone. That's cool. Martin Fowler? We'll look it up in a minute here, Adrian. It's a book series. React Native and Flexbox. I take it that's what you're learning. Flexbox is freaking sweet. Everyone should use it. Yeah, I get lazy too, man. Like, especially after a long day at work. Casey, like, I'll be doing my Udemy courses, but am I really doing them? It's like, ooh, what's this over here? Facebook, YouTube analytics, ooh. And then you look at your course and you're like, I didn't understand anything for the last 5 minutes. That's what I did yesterday on one of the courses. It's like 1:30 in the morning. Like, all right, let's hurry up and finish this. Yeah, JavaScript, the good parts I've heard is really good. At least I haven't used it myself. No, I think I have actually. I think I went through it. I skimmed through it, but I've heard great things about it. So you should try that out. JavaScript Design Patterns is free online. I can't remember who it's by or anything. We could look it up in a minute. And I'm trying to think of a few other books. Sometimes just going through the Mozilla documentation, but who like actually wants to do that, go line by line? I don't know if it's the best way to do that. So yeah, let's see here. I like working, Casey Behringer says, I like working with a project for a month. At that point, I'm just trying to get it done. Yeah, in real life. And I don't, it's kind of frustrating, but I've done so many like, you know, projects and get stuck and stuff, so I want to make sure I really know my stuff. And that could be a cop-out, I'll admit to it. But I want my stuff to look professional. And the other thing is I'm really picky with my projects, because now that I'm like a developer for real, my projects are real world stuff. So websites or things I've done at work, or that I can share, of course. And then you know, things that could be implemented in a real workplace or be put up professionally. So tic-tac-toe or to-do apps, you should totally put them up. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but for me, it's hard for me to put that up now that I'm a professional. Adrian says, my qualm with books is that quite badly. Oh my gosh, yeah, you're telling me. I've done a couple of React books that were great, only to find out that they were outdated. React is the worst for that right now. I'm sure like Angular too. Abhijit says, what's the noise in the background? Sorry man, I'm at a coffee shop and those are coffee beans being grounded. It's very busy here, so this is where I do my live streams. The internet's a little bit faster. At my house it's a little slow, so yeah. Corey knows. He's been here a few times. But yeah, no, I do believe that working with projects is the superior way to learn, but sometimes you get really stuck, like I did with the React project, and then it becomes not so good. But you're going to learn a lot better if you're in the project itself. So let me go ahead and pull up some of those books while we have a little bit of a lull in the comments. So Elise was saying Martin Fowler's book, which was Martin Fowler. I can't focus. It is very noisy, so I apologize, guys. Martin Fowler's book here. Clean Code, right? Okay. For those of you guys that are curious, and I don't know like what it costs. I've never seen this myself, so I'm trusting you. I'm trusting you, Adrian. You're not gonna show me something weird. Martin Fowler's Clean Code. Looks like it's a blog. When to make a type, code smell, or maybe just an online book. Let's go ahead and put this out. Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty good. Check it out. What was the other one? JavaScript, the good parts? I think this is online for free, but I don't know. I got it at the library. So check your local library if you have one. If you don't, check online. This is like a classic book. So This is what it looks like. You can get it on Amazon too. There you go. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and check some of these comments. Is there any advantages to using TypeScript over JavaScript? Yeah, with TypeScript you get all the latest features that are going to be implemented into ES6. So you're already using them now, and they're coming down the path. However, I don't use TypeScript. I use ES6 and compile it down to Babel, or compile it down with Babel, but I don't use TypeScript for everything. So spread operator, for of loop, for each, map, reduce, of course constant let, a few other things like that, classes, extended classes. If that doesn't mean anything to you, look up ES6. So yeah, sorry to sound like a know-it-all. Sorry the stream went down, but can you check the book over Amazon? Yeah. Yeah. Did it go down? No, probably just... I think you mean like I took it off. So yeah, I'll pull up these books on Amazon for you. Give me just a moment here, guys. And I see your questions coming in. Try my best to answer them while multitasking here. If you have like an iPad or something, you can use that. I mean, because I don't find a big deal with using like an iPad to read anymore, because we read so many blog posts online, right? So give me just a moment here. Just a moment. Sorry about the wait. Almost got it. Okay. So here's JavaScript, the good parts, 21 bucks. I'm sure you can find it for a better price on eBay or something. It's hardcore stuff. So check it out. Here, let me go full screen here. JavaScript, the good parts by what's his name? Douglas something. JavaScript, the good parts. Just look that up. I'm sure you'll find it. No, my brain isn't working. I need some more caffeine. Let's see. Corey says, check out ES6, ES7, Harmony, 2015, whatever they're calling it nowadays. Huh, Corey? Some of the functions make development much easier. Yes. Yes, they do. So you're not always using a for loop. Even though I still use for loops a lot. So, yeah. What's up, Samantha? Sam is my good friend from Pocatello. For those of you who don't know, Sam was a barista at Starbucks in Pocatello, my hometown, 45 minutes down the road, and she saw me work all the time on the laptop, all the time. So, you know, still doing the same thing somewhere else. Sam's a homegirl. She's always been a good barista, and she's always been a good friend. So, thanks for stopping by, Sam. And I do have a couple of videos. I think I have a video like, I know I have a video about where I learned web development, and it shows the actual Starbucks there. So if you haven't seen it and you're interested, you can go ahead and watch that. So yeah, definitely check it out. Maybe I'll pull it up while there's a lull in the comments. Let's see, I got another comment here. You're a homie. Love you a long time. Don't play that song. I'm thinking of a meme song right now, and I'm not gonna sing it out loud. But thanks, Sam. Appreciate it. You know you've made it big when like someone watches your live stream and they're not into code. Made it big time. What are you up to today, Sam? Let me know in the comments. It's always nice to reconnect with people that you haven't seen or talked to for a long time. Adrian says, to make matters worse, ES4 was abandoned, which means that the text is likely based off ES3. ES5, man. ES5 is the thing, which itself was released in 1999. Yeah, you're looking for ES5. Yeah, I mean, check out the book. They have like updated versions, but definitely go online and stuff. Read You Don't Know JS to get started, but it's not like a lot of what am I trying to say here? It's not a lot of like coding. It's more like documentation. But if you are looking for a book that codes, let me pull it up. And this is on like my How to Become a Front-End Web Developer, which is a little bit dated. I should have something like React or Angular on there, but I don't. I'm pulling it up on. I'm pulling it up on the thing. I'm pulling it up on Amazon. A smarter way to learn JavaScript is what the thing is what the book is called, and it's more like an interactive study guide, and it's cheap. So you get the book and you log into like the application or the course, and it's been a while since I've done this, about a year and a half or 2 years, but you'll read a little bit and then do mostly like exercises that really locks it down in your brain. Check that out. That will help out tremendously. It did for me anyway. So I don't know where I'm looking. There we go. It did for me. What's up, Raymond? Thanks for coming by. I haven't seen you here. Maybe I have. Let me know in the comments if you've been here before. Adrian says, I've heard great things about You Don't Know JS. Heard it from me, so it's true. No, it's a really great course. Kyle Simpson's great. Just checking out a few things. Got some more. Abhijit says, what's your thoughts on Kotlin? It can't really replace Java for... Can it really replace Java for Android development? What's up, Mr. Valdez? Thanks for coming by. Abhijit, I mean, anything can be replaced, but not really. Like when you have those older applications, or especially like business applications, it's kind of like set for a lot of these things. When they get really big, they have the data, and to migrate away is going to be all near impossible or very hard. So I would say that maybe it depends on what you're using it for and how long it's been in place, and how well the app was architectured. So all those things are going to determine if you can move away from it. It won't ever completely replace it. Think about like Cobalt, right? Cobalt is super old, but it's still put into a lot of business applications, or still in place in a lot of business applications. So there's a need for that. However, I did do like a video editing. I had a video editing assignment for training for JavaScript. No, excuse me. A company moving away from Cobalt to Java. So, there's an answer for you right there, but it's a little bit more complex or complicated than that. Mr. Valdez, I think this is the first time I've seen you here. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for commenting. I appreciate it. Let me know where you guys came from. That sounds really weird. Did you come from the Facebook group or just like a notification? Let me know. It helps me figure out where the traffic is coming from and where I should focus my efforts to grow the channel and stuff. So I would do that. For me. If you would do that for me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep track of the computer as well. Anyone else? What's everyone's plans for learning for 2018? Let me know in the comments, please. Of course, if you didn't know, for me, what I'm learning is like pretty much just strengthening my full stack. So MERN and UX too. MERN and design. Okay, so MERN, which is MongoDB, Express, React, Node, really strengthening those since I've learned them. And React Native too, and then getting my UX design principles down, a little bit more web design too. Of course, getting better at YouTube, mostly getting lights, a little bit higher production. But those are my main goals. It's not really too drastic, like, oh, I'm going to learn everything, but rather I'm going to master a lot of my craft. And yes, that's still learning new things, but getting better at the things that I've already learned. Mr. Valdez says, any tips for a shy guy stuck at maintaining old PHP sites? Yeah, learn a ton about PHP, even if you're shy. And also learn how to present. You can get a course on Udemy that helped me. I think it was like Jason Tiedick. It was like a long time ago, but you can tell that it was pretty influential for me, and it helps you learn how to present. It's called Rule the Room, I think, or that's his book. That's his book. So give me just a moment and I'll pull it up for you. Casey says he's going to get better at React and backend. Very smart, my friend. And design. Hey, you're a smart man. That's what I'm going to do. Mr. Valdez says he wants to learn Laravel. I don't know too much about Laravel. Let me know in the comments what Laravel is, if you could. Because I've heard a little bit about it. I'd like to know more. Casey says, I'm not really learning and frameworks or libraries. Yeah, I mean, pick a couple. When you learn the basics of JavaScript, objects, and all that, it's going to be so much easier to pick up those libraries. Personal experience. Speaking from personal experience. Yeah, build on what you know. 2018 goal, Corey says, release a full web app product and app. Just did that for 2017. And, or it's not released, but it's finished, right? Of course, you always have to do little updates and stuff, but feel you, man. I feel you on that. What was I doing? Oh, I was talking about a course on being able to present, right? So sorry about that. I didn't mean to leave you there. Maybe I put it in the archives collection here. Sorry about the wait, guys. Yeah, I had so many courses that some of them I had to like take out of my course collection because I just had too many. So I'm pulling it up right now. All right, here you go. Get out of here, Carissa. The pop-up chat. Rule the Room with Jason Tudyk is great. He helps you learn a lot about presenting and being confident and stuff, and you know, just the basics. Of course, practice. I even like changed the way that I talk when I introduce myself to people because of YouTube, just from so much practice and talking to you guys all the time. So practice. Maybe join a speaker engagement, but if you're too shy, do what I did and try that out. So sorry about the wait there, Mr. Valdez. Abhijit says, "Hola, I'm from Pune, India." Thanks, Abhijit. Nice to see you there. I love my Indian viewers. Got a lot of you guys. You guys are usually pretty active, so I appreciate it. Let's see what else. What are everyone's plans for the day? I'll tell you this. After this, I'm going to exercise for maybe 45 minutes and then just sit down at that computer and hopefully finish this full stack course. It's really long though. It's 22 hours, or 25.5 hours, excuse me. And I'm 65% of the way done. So hopefully I can finish that up and move on to the next course and get some videos out, because I've been talking about getting my React website done. I have a lot of the basic design and planning stuff done. But before I do that, I want to finish up my course on Advanced React and Redux, this full stack application. And I should have it done by like Monday. So there's that. Hopefully I can get that done. Abhijit says, Laravel is great MVC PHP framework. Good to know. Does anyone here not know what MVC stands for? Let me know. And keep those questions coming in, or comments, anything, or if you like the video. All these things help. These are things that YouTube are looking for. So if you do any of those things, it helps me a lot. Pune. I don't know what Pune means. Oh, you're helping me pronounce it. Thanks. Not Poon. Thanks, Corey. Pune. I appreciate that. I am not as well versed in the world as you are. It's funny because look who just went live. Coding Tutorial 360 just went live. Maybe we'll have to all go over there. Casey says, "Hey, I know you are most likely busy, but would you look at my project? Just tell me your thoughts." Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. That's not bad. Just a real basic look, maybe 5 minutes, run through it. It will be done in a few weeks. Send it on over, Casey. That's another thing. I need to get faster at completing projects, but like I said, it's like when I put something out there, it has to be quote unquote good to me. Hey man, I can. I said I'd look at your stuff. So when you have a minute, go ahead. It's a slow weekend for me. So I have time today. And it seems like we've got quite a few people here, so you know, I'll stick around for a minute. Pune, Pune. I'm gonna like be hung up on that all day, Corey. Like I called it Pune. That's where you're from. Anyone have any interviews or anything like that? Let me know. Just gonna check on the live stream, see how many people are actually here right now. We've been going for a minute, huh? Like 20 minutes or so. It's a good amount of time for a live stream. Rack up them watch time minutes. YouTube's always talking about. I have been struggling for a minute on the old. What am I trying to say here? I've been struggling on some of the like subscribers, getting new subscribers. So, yeah. Casey says, dude, I always think the project will be done in, yes, 2 to 4 weeks, and then it's 6 to 7 weeks. I want to make a video on scope creep because it's very real, whether it be on your personal projects or in real life. Dealing from personal experience, that's another thing with UX and stuff. I want to get it all mapped out before, because, yeah, you can just see, like, I'm getting, like, a headache right now just talking about it, because scope creep will, like, push out those projects all the time if you don't map it out. So sometimes it's even worth it to take those extra couple days to shorten down like 2 or 3 weeks, right? Or at least know the scope of your project so you can set expectations. Casey, you live out in the middle of nowhere. I live out in the middle of nowhere. I feel you, man. 2 hours for Portland, so I need to save money to move to Portland before I try to get a job. Well, I mean, do really good before you go out to Portland. Get your, get everything buttoned up, as they say, and do that. I live in the middle of nowhere, and I got like the one job for front-end web development at the time. It's starting to pick up, but I am 3 hours away from Salt Lake. That's the next big town, like an hour away from Jackson Hole. Just to let you know, like there's nothing out here. So I feel you, Casey. If you have that project, just post it in the comments. I think it might be filtered out. So if you like kind of like just write out whatever it is, like dot whatever, copy paste dot, and then www.com. Algaro says, do you use Node for backend? I do. I'm just barely, I won't say just barely, but I've started to use it in my project, going from just front end to full stack, and I like it a lot. But I really like just having a back end to work with, because then if you have back end, you have a database, and you have front end. Well, heck, you can do so many things, and you're not limited, right? So even if your application is a little basic, you can do all the things like take payments or save data or log in users, send emails, all the cool things, right? So, sorry about the camera shake there. Okay, I will when I'm done. Oh, okay, I didn't know. Sorry, Casey, I thought you meant like right now. so yeah, when you're done, send it. Sorry about the confusion there. This? We got 10 watching, been going for about 40 minutes. That's cool, man. Appreciate you guys coming by my small channel. I do appreciate it. I gotta be honest, like kind of a little bit towards the end of the year, before I got into December, I was a little bit bummed because the channel was kind of like stagnant, and I was hitting all these roadblocks with projects, and I finally broke through that in December and had to let the Udacity project go for now. I'll probably get back into it. I really want to get back into it, but I had to be prepared. The Stephen Grider course helped out so much. It's like, oh, why didn't I just do that or that? Well, because I didn't know. I was focusing on other things at work, like video production. But what am I trying to say here? Yeah. My brain just didn't work. I'm using Node all the time. Yeah, no. I love Node. Sorry about that, Algaro one. Okay. He says, yeah, you feel like a real boy too. I am. My nose does not grow. I am not made from wood. I am not a puppet. I am a real boy. Casey says, just like surrounding myself with like-minded people. Yeah, man, that's super important. Not to, you've got to surround yourself with like-minded people. However, so like doing things like live streams and like watching people like that are into coding, I totally get it, especially if you're in the middle of nowhere like me. So Casey says, surround myself with like-minded people, don't really care how many subs you have. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I was going on about that, yeah. I started rambling like a crazy person. So you know, I had that lull and I kind of got upset, but now that I'm out of that, I feel a lot better. And Coding Phase did a poll for top 20 channels to watch for 2018, which was about 8,000 people, and somehow I got on the list. I don't know how, but I did, and I just eked out the number 20 spot. But at the time I had like just under 2,000 subscribers, so I feel like I'm doing something right. I feel like my channel is a bit different than other channels, but you guys gotta let me know in the comments. Really let me know what makes this channel different, or what's the reason you subscribe to this channel or watch this channel versus others. And granted, I get it, you can watch a whole bunch of them. So if you can tell me that in the comments, that would be super helpful to me to know how to shape the channel. Going on 40 minutes. I will say, like, when we hit about an hour, that's when we'll stop. If we don't have any questions before that, I will also stop the live stream. It's not like a threat or anything, but it's really hard to like keep on talking to yourself when you don't have anyone talking about things for a whole hour or however long you have. So basically, Algero, Node is awesome. It can be confusing to learn. Learn your JavaScript basics. Learn your HTTP verbs. Learn the very basics of sending requests and accepting requests. Ajax is one way to do it. And that's a great way to learn Express and all that stuff. So the very low-level Node, and then Express on top of that, and then probably just use Express instead of sending out things from Node. So. Well, looks like the stream is starting to kind of fizzle out here. So in about a minute or two, if you don't have any questions, by all means, let me know. Otherwise, we'll call it a day. Oh, Algero says, speaking about your channel, how about building a full stack app? Yes. Currently, my next application is going to be a portfolio piece, but it's definitely going to be more like a full website, kind of, with different pages and stuff, not just a one-page portfolio, because I have enough work and I have enough experience. It'll be done with React, and it'll be technically full stack because you can send an email, which will go back through something like Node Mailer. So technically, and then from there, I want to do a full stack application, probably get started on like a e-learning site. That's really my passion. That's how my channel got started. So learning how to make an e-learning site would be the best. Whether to make it for others or for my work, that's my main goal. Has been my main goal for like 3 years. Even before I started coding, I wanted to do that. Corey says, has Stephen Greider's course on full stack React good? What have you learned? What does it go over? Yes, it's good, but it's not so heavy on React. Or even on anything. Like, you've got to know all the things. He'll go over a little bit, but it's more like full stack applications. There's a ton of gotchas, and so just figuring out the gotchas and figuring out why you're structuring it like this. Like, you can learn Node, right? And you can learn React, and then you can put them together. But this helps you learn how to put those things together and map over them. Because even with the Udacity project, I didn't know. I just plop this here, plop that there, and it just shows you how to set things up and how to route things and stuff. It's freaking sweet. But if you don't know Mongo and you don't know Node and you don't know React, it's going to be a little bit harder to follow along. So maybe like catch up in between lessons or during lessons on those things. Yeah, it is, like Algero says, it's good. It's just because all those gotchas that you have when building an application that you never think of, like a postscript in Heroku. I would never thought of that. He just tells you, like, this is how we're going to do it and this is how you can do it, or redirecting from like localhost 3000 to 5000, which was an issue I had for my app in Udacity. And it shows you how to do it in the JSON, the package JSON file. I would have never thought of how to do that, or how to like nest the client inside of the server folder, all those things. So Algero says, I was stuck because of the proxy for a couple of weeks. That was something, yeah, the proxy, that's what it was. Like, and Stephen Greider just yeah, here's how you do it. It might take a little bit of time, but compared to like trying to figure it out on your own, holy moly. So yeah, it's great. Yeah. Does that answer your question, Corey? Let me know. I think I have, oh, just letting you guys know, I think I have like one more Versus video coming out for like online learning sites, but I don't know for sure. It seems like that content has been doing really well. Those comparison videos. I always ask for new content, but it's really hard for me to like plan out content. It takes a long time to create, actually. So, you know, if you've asked for something and I haven't been able to make it, I apologize. I'll tell you, nothing like ice cold coffee. Oh, been here for a minute. Any other questions? Any other comments? Anything you guys want me to know or think I should know? Let me know as we kind of wind this down. It is cold here, by the way. Just throwing that out there. I saw like Aaron and Beta post things like it's cold. It's like the first snowfall of the winter. I'm like, I live in Idaho. It is cold all the time. Just putting that out there. Corey says you should do Udacity versus Treehouse. I could do that. I haven't done it, but it's kind of hard to like compare those two because Udacity is so unique. But I could do it for sure. I feel like those sites compete with each other directly. I think so too. But the way that they deliver content is totally different. I think Udacity is much more up there, like much more advanced, much harder. You know, you can make all the projects if they would have fed you the information, but they don't want to do that. And I totally get it, because you're not going to be able to do that in the real world. Algero1 says, plus. Plus back to you, sir. Let me see here. We got 10 watching. 10 watching. 10 of y'all just watching me just look at my computer. Let's see, what else could I talk about before we end this live stream in about 13 minutes? New plans for the new year, what I'm working on, lights. I want to get new lights to get even better lighting than what I have, and more lighting. Ooh, I got a white balance card. I don't think you guys know what that means, but basically the colors will match better when I'm making my videos, like the on-screen, the floating head, when it's just me in front of my set, quote-unquote set, really just my desk at home. So, yeah, I'm having such a hard time, again, knowing where to look. See, I look here and it doesn't look like I'm looking at you guys. But now, I got it. Now it's messed up. Just kind of keeping it relaxed here for a little bit before we end this. Alright, well, it looks like, I think that's going to do it for this. Oh, no, Corey has something here. Thanks for keeping the live stream alive, Corey. They are both going after new coders, and they both have nanodegree-like offerings, yes. And they've had that even when I started, a while ago, like a year and a half to 2 years ago, I think. I think it was a year and a half. Maybe 2 years, I'm not sure. They both have Slack channels for their programs, etc. Yeah, they do. You know, everyone wants to be a coder now, and you can, and everyone's like worried, like, oh, my job is going to go down or anything. Like, it's not like that. You still have to be good, right? Or you have to be passionate about it, or you have to really need it or want it. So, and there's so many jobs there. You know, it's not just in front-end web development. So, I feel like there's room to grow, and it lends itself to the web. You know, something like learning maybe political science is going to be harder. Granted, like, I don't know how much this is going to help you. So, but it's cheap to do it across the web. So, you know, I think they're good offerings, but you definitely got to go beyond that if you're going to stick out and make more money. Have something that makes you unique. Unless you're living in an area that people are just trying to snatch them up left and right. I mean, you could do that too. What's everyone's favorite place to to go? Like if you only had like a one-stop shop to go learn coding, where would it be? Okay, let's do 2 because that would be hard. Algero says, I guess Treehouse better for beginners. Yes, Algero, I believe Treehouse is the best place for beginners. Not like better, but the best. While on Udacity, it's kind of easy to get confused. Yeah, and they want you to. And that's not a bad thing. They want you to look for the answers and, you know, search through all the Stack Overflows, research it yourself, because that's what you have to do. That's what I have to do in real life. Because sometimes there aren't answers. Like the application I made, there's like bits and pieces everywhere, but nothing's ever been done on like that before that I can find information on, so it was freaking hard. And it kind of reflected some of the projects I had to do in the front-end Udacity project. So there's that. Anyone else? Anyone else have any thoughts on these online learning sites? I will say this, I mean, hey, they got me a job, they keep me employed, they help me make cool stuff, they work, at least for me. I know it's not for everyone, but for me, they have worked. Corey says, Udacity is trying to get more newbies with their intro courses, intro to data analysis and self-driving cars. Yeah, they are. But who knows? You know, it's hard to make a transition. I feel the same with Treehouse. Like, they don't have a lot of advanced stuff there, so I don't go. Or with plural site, they're really advanced, so it's hard to find courses when you're trying to learn something new. Now it's totally fine, but I started out with plural site, which was, it was really hard. So, you know, it's kind of hard to shift for anyone. That's my opinion. So I still think Treehouse does it best. Anyone else? Anything else? Thank you, whoever subscribed within the past hour. I appreciate that. Gotta work hard for them subscriptions. I'll tell you, man. Like, the subscriptions are super hard. Here, I'll show you. 2,079 subscribers. What would be nice, you know, a goal. It's hard to set these as goals because they're kind of out of your control. But what would be nice would be to get like 5,000 subscribers. Sometimes it's just like, I don't know how these guys are doing it. I don't know how they're getting all these subscribers, but they are. Like Aaron in beta, he's like up to like 6,000 subscribers. And Coding Tutorial 360, I know how he does it. He has like a huge backlog of tutorials and stuff. He's like up to 31,000. And I'm over here like, don't. I've got 2,000 subscribers. Corey's got something here for us. How many subscribers do you want to get in 2018? Oh, I think I answered your question. How many I would like? I would like 10,000. Let's be more realistic. Like 5,000. Like the overall, like the in my wildest dreams kind of thing would be 10,000 subscribers. But I think I could hit 5,000, 4,000 to 5,000. I know that's something I could probably do. And this year alone, like I started like doing more weekly stuff and then posting more regularly or more frequently rather. I went from like just under 500 to 2,000. So I think I can get to 5,000, hopefully. But I don't know, maybe it's the topics I talk about because I did a vlog for so long that was not really too searchable. I need to do some more searchable content like the Versus series. Those Versus series against the online learning platforms have been doing pretty well. I mean, within reason. And I think the React portfolio will also be something that does really well. But, you know, everyone's different. I try to do a little bit different content than what's out there just because I want to bring some value, and sometimes it's not the greatest. I mean, excuse me, sometimes it's not like a tutorial, but just sharing my experiences, you know, hoping that will help you guys out. versus like this is how you do a split, or this is how you do a splice on an array or something like that. So what do you think, Corey? Do you think it's possible? What do you think I got to do to shake up the subscribers? Hey Danielle, did you video on what it is like being a developer in a smaller town? No, I haven't actually, but I kind of have. Dylan from Coding Tutorial 360 had a video on how to inject yourself into the community, and I had 9 minutes of that video. I just talked about how to market yourself and stuff, and I just did a marketing video. Let me pull it up actually here. Not pull it up, but show you where it is. Give me just a second here. Alright. Right here, this one, how to market yourself as a web developer, that talks about basically how I did that. I don't get too many freelance clients, but I'm not really looking for them. So, it's not as big of a deal. I mean, it does suck sometimes because, you know, you're the only person here. And it's so much easier when someone's just there to help you. I mean, even at work, we got a new guy that helped me with Git so much. But you can really make it work if you stay in touch online. So that's what I do. I stay in touch online. That's probably the most valuable thing this YouTube channel has done for me, is give me people, gotten me connected to other people outside of my area. Corey says, to get more subscribers, you could try doing opinion. Yes, you'd say that, and you know, I believe you're totally right. It's I don't know, I'm a pansy. I don't want to do opinionated videos. I mean, who am I? With my 2,000 subscribers and like less than 1 year of experience in a professional environment. React is better than Angular. Well, I don't know. Yeah, I'm giving you all these I don't knows, shooting you down, but I do appreciate it, and I should do something like that. React versus Angular. I don't know enough about Angular to be like, yeah, this is why. Listen to me, son. Stuff like that. I do want to do a video on scope creep, because we just talked about it, and it would be easy to talk about it. So, Andrew Mead is better than Tyler McGinnis. I do not believe that. I think they go together. That's the thing, is like Andrew Mead and Tyler McGinnis, those two go together, versus like putting them against each other. So, I would use them together, absolutely. And I don't think Tyler's better than Andrew. They're just different, so they complement one another very well. Let's see. Sorry about the, I apologize about the lack of interaction right now. Just pulling up some statistics here on the live stream. See how long we've been going here. Oh, almost an hour. Almost 9 minutes. Sorry about that, guys. Almost an hour, not bad, not bad. Okay. Well, looks like we're kind of out of things to talk about. Let me know, we got a minute if you want. Oh, there we go. Corey says, I think you can increase clicks if you took opinionated stats. I believe you, man. I totally believe you. I just don't want to take opinions that I'm not passionate about, that I'm not like this versus that. But versus series are great, you know, because it's all subjective. But I could be like WYSIWYGs versus coding by hand. But even then, I mean, you got to take an objective look. Like, what are you trying to accomplish and stuff. But that might be a good one. But I already kind of did that. I did HTML or like hand-coded sites versus like WordPress sites or something like that. I can't remember what it's called. Corey says, you could also get more if you tell people how to make more money as a developer. Well, shoot, man. You got to walk the walk before you talk the talk, right? So once I start making more money as a developer, I'd be more than happy to share that. Money drives clicks. Yeah, it does. Once I get to that point, you know, once I know that I can share that, by all means. I do know how to market yourself as a developer. So there's that thing. Corey, did you by chance watch that video? Alguero says, get this, you plan an app, then you plan what tech you're going to use, then you start building it. Heck yes, that's exactly what the React, where are we looking here? That's exactly what the React portfolio is. I like your thinking, Alguero. And then you do it like in real life. Yeah, not for pretend. I haven't done hardly any coding on screen because, cool, Corey, thanks. Thanks, man. That's how I want to do my courses. Like, I want to start practicing to do like online courses and then like maybe do a Udemy course, or maybe just even release them here until I get a following. And that's how I kind of want to present, because a lot of these courses are done with on-screen, just the cursor. But when you have someone like looking at you and there's movement rather than just a slide, for some reason, I don't know why, but in my experience, dealing with front-end masters where they have like the speaker like in a little box, and then, you know, like when I'm on screen on these live streams, and then the code, it keeps my attention better. So, you know, I'm trying to take all the experience that I have from just online learning and make my own courses more advanced as far as the production goes, or the way that you present. Yeah, so then I'm going to build a portfolio in real life. I like that thinking, Alguero. I haven't done a lot of coding. I've been doing a lot of learning this year. It's my first year as a professional developer. So much to learn. You don't want to do it wrong. I was going to do that with Udacity, but man, failed. Fell on my face, but I did learn a ton, and I want to come back to it, and I am doing another thing. It's not like I just give up, you know what I mean? So, oh, I can't do it anymore. I'm going back to school. No. All right. Well, guys, my voice is exhausted. I appreciate you guys all coming here, commenting and engaging with me. That's these live streams are great with you guys, and it also helps me kind of get a feel for what's on the channel or what you guys are into, and helps guide the way that I should shape the channel itself. So appreciate you coming by. Alguero says, I mean, like some little devs show where you show teamwork. What I'll probably do, Alguero, is like some basic things like FizzBuzz and stuff, casual problems like that. Yeah, right, when I have time. But even making a video, it takes a long time, longer than you think. But yeah, I do appreciate you guys coming by and letting me know what's going on. You know, being involved, give me questions. It helps me keep a pulse on the channel, know where to kind of steer it. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and start coding it up today, get some exercise in, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, and I'll get a couple of videos out, in case you're still here. I have a couple of videos out, and I'll get them out either by today or tomorrow, or definitely in the morning on Monday. Look out for them for tomorrow. See you guys later. Bye.